Hey there guys, John Campea here, and thanks for visiting my movie vlog, and this is my quick review of the brand new Steven Soderbergh film, Logan Lucky. Yeah, granted, it's actually not a very good title for a movie, but I'm just gonna tell you right up front, I really quite enjoyed this film. At its heart and at its core, Logan Lucky is actually a heist film. And I don't just mean that there's a heist in the movie. It almost feels like once they get a little bit of introduction done out of the way, the entire film becomes the process of the heist, which is actually kind of refreshing because even a lot of heist films, what they do is you don't even get to the heist till about midway through the second act. This movie really does just set up a little bit of the movie, give us a little bit of an introduction to the characters, and then boom, it gets right into the planning, process, and execution of the heist, and that really does take up the lion's share of the film. And don't be confused into thinking that just because I said they jump into the heist pretty quick, that means there's no character development and there's no really getting to know the characters, because Steven Soderbergh as a director really does find a way to get us to know these characters and actually really quite get attached to these characters at the same time. Look, right off the bat, Channing Tatum and Adam Driver as the primary two main characters, they're the Logan brothers. They have a third sibling as well, a sister who plays a significant part in the film as well. But really the movie revolves around these two guys as well as Daniel Craig, another character in the film that they break out of jail to help them pull off this heist. And you know what? These three primary characters, Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, and Daniel Craig, loved them all. Love them all. They are just these adorable rednecks in the film that I just love. Adam Driver in particular. He's a war vet and he comes back from war missing half of one of his arms and he plays it wonderfully. But the way Adam Driver delivers his lines really droll. Like, I almost want to say, if it wasn't for the fact that Channing Tatum was so good in this film, and if it wasn't for the fact that Daniel Craig was also really good in this film, I'm tempted to say Adam Driver actually steals this movie with the way he portrays his character. I just couldn't get enough of him on screen. And as far as the heist aspect of the movie goes, they find a really great balance of revealing just enough to us as the audience that we're kind of following along as the stage-by-stage step of the heist is playing out, but they keep just the right amount of things hidden from us as the audience to also keep us guessing along the way. I find in a lot of these types of movies, they either give us too much information to the point that nothing becomes unexpected, or they hide too much information to the point where we feel like, well, I never could have followed along in the first place. Soderbergh and the filmmakers and the writers of Lucky Logan, or Logan Lucky, I should say, just find that perfect balance that I followed along with everything, yet there was enough unexpected twists and turns, and they withheld enough information, but just enough information to keep me guessing, and it just made it for a really fun ride. And it never hurts your movie if you have an absolutely adorable little girl or boy, and they have this incredibly young little girl who you just want to eat up with a spoon. She's adorable. She plays Channing Tatum's daughter, and she adds that flavor of sweetness to the film, but more than that, she adds context for another dimension to the Channing Tatum character, which I thought played out really well. But the Logan brothers aren't the only siblings in this thing. Also in the movie, Daniel Craig has two idiot brothers of his own that help in the heist. They're fantastic to see. Really, just overall, the cast works so damn well in this, and there's even a few pleasant surprises of some movie stars that pop up in this film that I wasn't expecting, and I won't give them away just in case you're unaware of them too. I don't want to spoil the surprise. On the downside of this film, look, I am a big fan of Seth MacFarlane. I'm a huge fan of Seth MacFarlane. Everybody knows this. But he was just out of place in this movie. I don't know if it was his performance or the way the character was written, but Seth MacFarlane and his character were so out of pace with the rest of the film that whenever he popped in, it felt like a Family Guy sketch as opposed to another character in the Logan Lucky movie. Another thing I should mention here, and I cannot give too much away, which might frustrate you a little bit, but the movie felt like it was going on too long. Like it started to feel like a natural ending of the movie happened and then the movie kept going and going and going. And I was sitting in the theater going, oh gosh, this is a mistake. They really should have ended this about 5 or 10 minutes ago. And then you find out why it was going on for another 5 or 10 minutes and it kind of redeems it, but it made me feel awkward for about 10 minutes in the movie. Again, it's hard to explain in much more detail than that without getting into spoilers, so I'll just kind of leave it at that. So when it's all said and done, I think Logan Lucky is a really enjoyable, fun little ride of a heist film with some really endearing characters, some terrific performances, especially from Adam Driver, Daniel Craig, Channing Tatum, the brothers, the sister. I mean, really, it was a great ensemble cast other than the Seth MacFarlane character, which pulled me out of it every single time. Some nice surprises. They let you come along for the ride, but keep just enough information from you to keep you guessing. It's just a really enjoyable film. Steven Soderbergh's best movie ever? No, absolutely not, but it's a nice, fun time at the movies. I recommend you go out and check it out. But the real question here is, have you had a chance to see Logan Lucky? What did you think of the film? Have you not seen it yet? What's your expectation levels of this movie? Jump into the comments section below and let me know your thoughts. Hey, while you're here, make sure you take a second to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're one of the people who enjoys my videos every single month, I make about 70 to 90 of them. Take a second, look into the link in the description below that takes you to my Patreon page. Consider becoming one of my Patreon supporters. Anyway, that'll do it for me, guys. Thanks so much for joining me, and until next time, bye-bye.